Hello folks. In this video we're going to review how to write linear equations given two different types of information. The first would be given a point and a slope. So anytime you know the slope of a line and a point it passes through, we use what is called the point-slope formula, which if you remember from Algebra 1 is y minus y sub 1 equals m times the quantity x minus x sub 1. So we're going to practice using that here in the first couple of examples. If I want to write the equation of a line that passes through the point -1, 7 and has a slope of -4, then using this formula, I can write this as y minus 7 equals -4 times the quantity x plus 1. The plus 1 we get from the x-coordinate of -1. If we plug in -1 into our formula here, remember minus the -1 would give us a plus 1, so that would change the sign here in the equation. And then the y-coordinate being a positive 7, plugging it in for y sub 1 into this formula makes this a minus 7. The slope, it just goes in for m, and that's a -4. So this is the point-slope form of the line. If I want to change this to slope-intercept form, which unless the directions specify otherwise I want you to do, then we just need to distribute. Make this -4x minus 4, and then add 7 to both sides, and we get the equation y equals -4x plus 3. Okay, for number 2, we have a line passing through the point -6, -5. Its slope is 2/3. So the point-slope form would be y plus 5 equals 2/3 times the quantity x plus 6. So again, we'll distribute the 2/3 to get 2/3 x plus 4, and then just subtract 5 from both sides, and that gives us the equation y equals 2/3 x minus 1. Sometimes you'll be given not the slope of a line, but you'll just be given 2 points on the line. So if this ever happens, you know 2 points that a line passes through, we can start by using the slope formula, which is the change in y divided by the change in x. And then once we find the slope of that line, then we can use our point-slope form. So that's the information you've been given in the rest of the examples. You've been given 2 points that the line passes through, and your job is to write the equation of that line. So for number 3 here, if I know a line passes through -6, 1 and -3, 7, then I can find the slope of that line by finding the change in the y values divided by the change in the x values. So my y-coordinates are 1 and 7. My x-coordinates are -6 and -3. So this becomes 1 minus 7, which is -6, divided by -6 minus -3, which is -6 plus 3. So that would be -3 on the bottom, and you end up getting a positive 2 for your slope. So once you find your slope, then we use our point-slope formula. I only need 1 point to use my point-slope formula, so I can pick either of these points, -6, 1 or -3, 7. So I'll choose this point here. And so the point-slope form would be y minus 1 equals 2 times the quantity x plus 6. And then to put this in slope-intercept form, we get y minus 1 equals 2x plus 12. If we add 1 to both sides, we get y equals 2x plus 13. Okay, number 4, we have a line passing through the points -2, -2, and -6, 8. So the slope of this line, again, we'll do the slope formula. We have -2 minus 8 on the top, -2 minus -6 on the bottom. So we get -10 divided by +4, and our slope comes out to be -5/2. We'll choose one of our points here. I'll just choose -2, -2, and use point slope form. So this would become y plus 2 equals -5/2 times the quantity x plus 2. Distribute, I get y plus 2 equals -5/2 x minus 5. And then when I subtract 2 from both sides, I get y equals -5/2 x minus 7. Okay, what I want you to do now is pause the video, try number 5 on your own, and then once you have the equation in slope-intercept form for number 5, click play to check your answer. Okay, if you got a strange-looking equation with fractions for both the m and the b value, you're correct. So the slope of this line is 1/3 using your slope formula. We pick one of our points. I chose 10, -5, plug that into point slope form. And if you distribute your 1/3 to -10, you get a -10/3. Subtracting 5 from both sides, well, -10/3 minus 5 is -25/3. So you get y equals 1/3 x minus 25/3. The same would work if you chose the point 1, -8 as well. All right, finally, number 6, we have the points -8, -3, and -2, -3. So again, I'll calculate the slope by using the slope formula. So on the top we have -3 minus -3. On the bottom we have -8 minus -2. And this becomes 0 over -6. 0 divided by any number besides itself is 0. So the slope of this line is 0. I can now pick one of my points, use point slope form, so I get y plus 3 equals 0 times the quantity x plus 8. Well, over here, if I distribute 0, I just get 0 on the right side. So subtracting 3 from both sides, I get y equals -3. You might have also noticed that since our slope is 0, we know we have a horizontal line. So this is sort of a special case scenario. Anytime your slope is 0, you know your equation is going to be y equals just a number, so there's not going to be an x in the equation. If you look at the y coordinates, remember for horizontal lines, every single y coordinate has to be the same number in order for a line to be horizontal. So in this case, you could have just jumped right to the conclusion that the equation has to be y equals -3. The opposite would be true if you found an undefined slope. Okay, if your slope became undefined up here, if you had anything over 0, 0 in the denominator, then you could say x equals whatever the x coordinate is for a vertical line. Okay, if you had any questions over this video, be sure you've jotted those down so you can ask those the next time I see you. And until then, folks, have a nice day. You're all wonderful people.